Phew. Hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. Man, so close. You know, football, they say, is a game of inches. My God, Carolina, that receiver, it was right there. He was open. The quarterback, Bryce Young, hit him right where it had to be, going down in there. It just rolling. It just slipped out. Just that, couple of inches, man. The Eagles got the scare of their life, and I know exactly what Eagle fans were thinking, because this is where they were last year, where they collapsed. They collapsed last year. They ended up, 10-1, and all of a sudden just went downhill. But they gotta win. They gotta win. Damn it! And now we gotta face that Carolina Panther team next week. So here's the deal. At this moment, the Cowboys have a 2% chance of making the playoffs. If they lose tomorrow, that drops off to a 1% chance. If they win, their playoff odds improve to 4%. Here's the problem. You can pretty much guarantee that the Detroit Lions are going to be the 1 or the 2 seed, that the Eagles will be either the 1 seed or the 2 seed, that right now you have to look at the Seattle Seahawks winning their division. Okay, we're talking about them winning that, and the NFC South. Damn, who's leading the NFC South? I guess Tampa Bay is. Is it Tampa Bay? No. Yeah, Tampa Bay is. Tampa Bay is leading the NFC South. Now, the problem for us is the Commanders are sitting right now in the last playoff seat at 8-5. We have to catch the Commanders. But to catch the Commanders, we have the 49ers, who own the tiebreaker against us. Right now, they're a game ahead of us, technically. Half a game ahead of us. But really, they're full game ahead of us because they own the tiebreaker. We have to win tomorrow to hold serve, but we're still behind because we lost to them. We've got the Cardinals that are ahead of us. We got the Rams that are ahead of us. Who else are we missing? We're missing somebody else. The Cardinals, the Rams, the 49ers are all ahead of us. The Atlanta Falcons are ahead of us. So the reality is we ain't got a good chance to make the playoffs, y'all. We don't. And maybe that's not the worst thing, because if we make the playoffs, it's going to be a worse draft pick. That's the reality of it. If we do make the playoffs, it'd be a pipe dream. It would be cool as shit if somehow the football gods could have the Cowboys make the playoffs and play the Eagles. That would be like, the perfect Christmas present. I wouldn't ask for anything else for Christmas. Actually, I don't ask for anything I do ask my baby for something for Christmas. Okay, but that's a different story. I will always ask for that for birthdays and Christmas. Anyway. I would love to ask for that. The Eagles versus Cowboys in the playoffs. Because then I think Cowboys actually have a chance. If we're playing the 49ers in Green Bay in playoffs, man, just bad things happen to us no matter what. But here's the thing. You want to at least finish off strongly. You want to get some work in and find some players that you can say, let's keep these guys to build with. We've already got everybody. You got your Micah Parsons, you got your Dak Prescott, and all that talking about bringing everybody back together. You got Jerry saying it's not out of the range of possibility that he gets an extension, and you got Stephen Jones saying that everybody likes Mike McCarthy and everything. It just sounds like if they continue to win and not get embarrassed over the last few weeks, that nothing's going to change. But here's the real question, though. The big question is whether it's Mike McCarthy, or it's Bill Belichick, or it's Mike Vrabel, or somebody else. It's not going to be Ben Johnson. The question really is, have the Joneses recognized that what they're doing isn't enough? Because if they haven't answered that question and realize we haven't, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. That's the only question that needs to be answered right now. Not the coach, not the players, not anything. Have the Joneses realized doing more with less is a failed philosophy? That believing solely in your players, we believe in our guys, is a failed philosophy. Thinking just because I paid a guy means that now I have to throw more load on him because he's getting more money, that he has to perform more, is a failed philosophy. That's the bottom line. And I hope that the Joneses, after literally being punked and bitch slapped, understand that now more than ever. The saddest part about all of this is wasting time. Nobody knows how much time they have. The most valuable commodity in the world. It's not Bitcoin. It's not gold, or plutonium or whatever. Anything you can think of. The most valuable commodity in the world is time. You can't buy it. You can't trade it. You can't get some more of it. You only have so much of it. And when it's gone, and it's not coming back. So you have to make the most of your time while you can. That's what I'm trying to do with my life. When I'm gone, I don't want to be forgotten. I don't. This is off tangent of football and things. But see, sometimes things happen in life, and you think it just was happenstance, but maybe it's not. I know I talk about the red brick house so much that y'all are probably sick and tired of it, okay? But that place has taught me so much, like football has. With football, I always learned that no matter how tired you are, you still have more you can give. Those relationships in the locker room and being dependent on others to succeed. All things that have taught me life lessons. But I tell you, one of the things about the red brick house is there's the old Presbyterian cemetery that dates back to the 1700s. Now, I'm not a guy who likes horror movies, I remember seeing Amityville Horror, man, and that just kind of messed me up, Carrie. Oh, the big blood and stuff. That's okay, I wouldn't touch the floor on the bed. I would literally run and jump on the bed, okay? Because I didn't know what was under the bed. I don't like that kind of stuff, right? It's kind of crazy because I have the old Presbyterian cemetery that's not even 50 yards away. from the red brick house. But here's the thing that's kind of crazy. Well, I stand out, go on the front porch, look over, I see the cemetery. There is an obelisk. You know what an obelisk is? The Egyptians came up with the obelisk, okay? Which is what you see is the Washington Monument. See, that's the great thing about America. We stole all our shit from other people's ideas, okay? When you see the Lincoln Memorial and the Jefferson Memorial, and that's Greek architecture, bro. Okay? The Washington Monument, that's Egyptian architecture, bro. But there's a headstone that's over there that's an obelisk. And that is David and Mary Bush. David and Mary Bush owned this huge farm that the red brick house is sitting on. They sold the land to William Brown, okay, who was a War of 1812 veteran. They owned the land, and William Brown owned the land. And see, what makes me realize every day is this lesson by seeing Mary and David every time I go out to my truck. It reminds me, in the end, I don't really own it. How can I own something that has passed through all these hands that when I go, I can't take it with me? It's going to pass on. It's going to be somebody else's responsibility. And so, what you want to do, or at least what I want to do, is I don't want to be forgotten. And maybe that sounds selfish, but I want to live on in people's memories. See, Stuart Morrison is gone. Angela Morrison just passed away. My brother, Tony, died 3 years ago. Rashid, a year ago. My buddy Alex, or my mentor Alex, who was the one that told me, hurry up and propose to Tracy before she wises up about your badass kids. They are gone. But see, they live on here in my memory. And that, my friends, is what I'm trying to build. Your legacy is you living on. So, Cowboys, they wasted time. They had 3 incredible offensive linemen in Travis Frederick, and Zach Martin, and Tyron Smith. And sadly, they wasted time with those guys. They had an incredibly talented quarterback in Tony Romo. And they wasted time. After this year, Dak Prescott, I believe, will be the only Jason Garrett guy they have left. He'll probably be the longest tenured Cowboy left on the roster. My hope is that the Cowboys recognize that their legacy is winning another Super Bowl and not to waste that time. That they realize you can't win the way you've been going. Shout out to Saquon Barkley, who right now is living his best life, who is on pace to beat the NFL single season rushing record. And he deserves all of the praise out there of having an incredible season. And I dare say, and Eagle fans, you can be pissed at me. You can be pissed off at me. I don't care. You're always pissed off at me anyway. But without Saquon Barkley, y'all just an average team. You're just an average team. flat out. You would be nothing special without Saquon. And that's the difference of winning and having a possibility of winning a Super Bowl versus doing nothing and believing in your own guys, where we just don't have enough. So with that being said, I'll be headed back tomorrow to the Red Brick House, so that's where I'll be for the game. Cool thing is, my sister is in town, thank goodness, and I'm picking her up and I'm gonna take her down so she can see the Red Brick House. My buddy Jet, his mother is doing fantastic. He is moving back down towards where the Red Brick House is. I think he's coming over to watch the game tomorrow, so there's all of that kind of stuff. So remember, people, let me first say thank you all for listening to me. I know I'm a mess. I'm crazy. But I'm me. But remember to tell the people you love how much you love them, because you might not get the chance again, good people. And you know I love you guys. Hopefully, this is crazy. Getting back down to the Shenandoah Valley, something that very rarely happens is forest fires. But the wind has been extremely dry. The dew point has been so low. For a while there, we had a drought that was so bad that you couldn't fish in the national forest because they said catching and releasing the fish would stress them out because the oxygen levels were so low. But there's forest fires there. Now, we're supposed to be getting rain the next couple of days, and it can't get here soon enough because we need to put out the forest fires. This weather is just crazy. Good night, good people. And let's go Cowboys. Come on, Leroy. Tomorrow you'll be at your mama's new place.